I still remember the exact clink of my mom's fork against the china plate that night. The sound cut through the air like a warning I didn't want to hear. We were all around the dining table, Dad at the head, Mom beside him, my little sister Lily glowing under the chandelier like she was born to sit there forever. Me, I was 22, home from my second job, hair still smelling like fryer oil, fingers raw from scrubbing dishes. I thought that night was just another family dinner. I was so wrong. Pass the potatoes, honey. Mom smiled at Lily, then turned to me. You look tired, dear. Maybe ease up on those late shifts. I forced a laugh. Gotta pay rent somehow. Dad cleared his throat, the way he always did before dropping a verdict. Speaking of rent, Lily's starting her design internship next month. No pay, of course, but it's prestige. We're covering her apartment in the city. My spoon froze halfway to my mouth. Wait, the downtown loft. That's $1,500 a month. Lily shrugged, twirling a curl around her finger. It's closer to the studio. You understand, right sis? I did understand. I understood everything in that moment. The new designer purse on her chair, the spa days Mom bragged about, the college fund that somehow only ever grew for one daughter. Then Dad said the sentence that shattered the last piece of me still hoping for fairness. Your sister was born to live soft, he announced, like he was reading from some family scripture. She's delicate, creative. The world needs people like her untouched by struggle. If you don't like how we prioritize, well, don't like it. Leave. The room went silent except for the grandfather clock ticking in the hall. Mom wouldn't meet my eyes. Lily just sipped her sparkling water. Bubbles rising like tiny celebrations. Leave, that word lodged in my throat, like broken glass. I'd spent years believing if I worked harder, smiled brighter, they'd finally see me. But right there, between the garlic bread and the untouched salad, I realized I'd never be the daughter they protected. I was the mule, the backup plan, the one who'd keep paying so Lily could float. I set my napkin down, hands trembling. Okay, I whispered. Mom frowned. Okay, what? I'll leave. Dad chuckled, thinking it was teenage drama. Don't be ridiculous. Where would you go? But I was already standing, chair scraping like a scream across the hardwood. I looked at Lily, perfect, pampered Lily, and felt something inside me snap. Not with anger, but with crystal clear purpose. That night, I packed one duffel bag. I left my key on the counter, and as I walked out into the cold, I made a promise to the girl who'd cried herself to sleep too many times. They'll see what happens when the mule stops carrying. But what I didn't know yet was how sweet justice could taste when it's served cold, calculated, and completely undeniable. The first month after I left, I crashed on my coworker Jenna's couch. She didn't ask questions, just handed me a blanket and said, "Family's overrated." I got a third job bartending nights, saved every tip in a jar labeled freedom. My phone buzzed constantly. Come home, you're being dramatic. Mom, Dad's blood pressure is up because of you. Lily, this is selfish. Think of your sister. Dad's selfish. That word became my fuel. I stopped replying. Instead, I started building. See, while Lily was delicate, I'd always been the fixer. I knew every password to the family accounts Dad bragged. I was good with numbers. I'd managed their bills since 16. What they didn't know, I'd been quietly moving $50 here, $100 there, into a secret savings for me. Not stealing, just redirecting the money they'd promised for my rainy day that never came. 6 months in, I had enough for a tiny studio. 1 room, peeling paint, but mine. I enrolled in night classes for accounting. Turns out, I was good with numbers when they worked for me. Meanwhile, back home, cracks were forming. Lily's internship. She quit after 3 weeks, too stressful. The loft, she trashed it at parties. Dad's side hustle, some shady real estate flip, started bleeding cash. They needed a bailout. Guess who they called? I let it ring. Then came the voicemail that broke something final. Sweetie, we're short on the loft rent. Just Venmo us, $2,000. Lily's depressed, she needs stability. You're doing so well now, right? Family helps family. I stared at the phone, tears burning, but not sad ones. Furious ones. That's when the plan crystallized. I'd been interning at a financial firm, small, but connected. One of my mentors, Carla, overheard me venting. Let me guess, she said. Parents who think love is a one-way ATM. She slid me a business card. I specialize in family asset disputes. Pro bono for first consult. I didn't want a lawsuit, I wanted exposure, so I dug. Quietly. Turns out Dad's investors were mostly loans against the house, my childhood home. Mom's credit cards. Maxed on Lily's self-care. And Lily, She'd been posting hashtag bossbabe on Instagram while collecting unemployment. I compiled everything, screenshots, bank statements, the voicemail. I created an anonymous blog, The Soft Life Scam. No names at first. Just a story. How my family taught me some sisters are born to float, while others drown carrying them. Views trickled, then poured. Until everything changed the day Lily's influencer friend recognized the loft in my photos. The blog went viral overnight. Comments flooded. This sounds like Lily & Co. Someone deemed me a tagged photo Lily at a rooftop party. Caption, soft life, best life, hashtag blessed. I didn't confirm. I didn't need to. The internet did the rest. Dad's business partners saw the post, withdrew funding. The bank called in the house loan. Mom's credit cards frozen. Lily's brand deals canceled. She was toxic now. They showed up at my studio unannounced. Dad's face was gray. Mom clutched tissues. Lily wore sunglasses indoors, like that hid the meltdown. We're losing everything, Dad croaked. Fix this. I invited them in. 1 chair each. No snacks. Fix what? I asked calmly. The consequences. Lily lunged. You ruined us. Take it down. I opened my laptop, showed them the final post scheduled to go live in 10 minutes. Title, Meet the Family Who Told Me to Leave. So I did. Full names. Full receipts. Dad paled. You wouldn't. Watch me. Mom sobbed. We were protecting her dreams. No, I said, voice steady for the first time. You were crushing mine to fund hers. There's a difference. Silence. Then Lily whispered, what do you want? I closed the laptop. An apology. On camera. Admitting every word from that dinner. And you sell the loft, split the profit 3 ways, or the post goes live. They stared, stunned. Dad tried bargaining. We'll pay your rent. Too late. The video they recorded was raw. Dad's voice cracked. We said our younger daughter was born to live soft, and told our older one to leave if she didn't like it. We were wrong. Mom cried through her part. Lily. She just stared at the floor, sunglasses off, mascara rivers. I never posted the full expose. The apology video went up on their channel's Lily's 200K followers. Mom's Book Club Facebook. Within hours, hashtag soft life scam trended, but the damage was done. Respectfully, they sold the loft. I got my third, bought my first real couch. Last I heard, Lily's working retail. Dad's driving for ride. Mom volunteers at a women's shelter. Aroni's thick. Sometimes I drive past the old house. It's a young couple now. String lights on the porch. Kids' bikes in the yard. I smile. That's what a home should feel like. I still keep the jar labeled freedom. It's empty now. Money well spent on therapy, classes, and 1 plane ticket to anywhere. To anyone listening who's been told their worth is in what they give away. You are not the mule. You are the whole damn stable. Walk out. Build your own table. And when they come crawling back, remember, you don't owe them a seat. Because the soft life, I earned mine, the hard way, and it's never felt stronger.